McClure, and this is Awesome Channel 4 News. Thank you for tuning in. In tonight's edition, we bring you a very special report from 4 Texas MBA students about to graduate. They continue their journey into the post-MBA career by flipping the tables on one of their favorite professors, Professor John Doggett. Now, what they bring here are talented questions that need answers. Some of the answers, I warn you, will stir your emotions and tickle your senses and might even make you cry. This camera? I see. We switched. Oh, okay. We're still on. Oh, okay. Watching John Doggett work in action is quite magnificent. Almost like trying to catch lightning with a butterfly net. When it happens, it's simply stunning. When it doesn't, it burns. Let's take a look at the interview and see how our 4 fine MBA candidates progressed with one of the finest lecturers in all of Texas. That was good. I look good on camera, I know.
Professor Doggett, I think you know why we're all here. We have a few questions for you that we'd like you to answer. And you know how we value your opinion.
Shows you it pays to be a professional, right?
Well, obviously you have a very good reputation.
Any award you could win, I've won.
Many first-year students have complained that the core curriculum was too hard. What were your thoughts on the change?
We're going to punish you.
But don't you care what the students think?
My position is that's irrelevant. Nobody's going to waste the time and energy trying to do that. So why is that important?
Okay, let's switch gears for a minute. You and Professor Leeds are planning to offer a new class. Can you tell us what it's called?
We'll see if MBAs can learn how to use PowerPoints.
This seems to be a bit different from the finance and entrepreneurship classes you guys both teach. Why the change?
It's the liberals are making you do it.
Like who?
Speaker Pelosi, for those of you who can't read, this is a picture of how it works, okay? Very clean, very clear, everybody can see it, but more importantly, it's like the good old days.
What do the MBAs think of the new class?
People hate it. Okay, maybe when you show up, it's going to be everybody stay home day. These things happen.
Would you say it was difficult for you and Sandy to create the new curriculum?
Well, we weren't doing anything. We were running around naked.
Knew it.
Okay. Well, let's talk tuition. What do you think the appropriate increase should be? Say 5%?
And we don't know if that's the right number. Maybe it's 60%. Maybe it's 90%. Maybe it's 110%. The price is completely artificial. It is the next subprime fraud.
So who decides what the actual increase will be?
The CIA, McKinsey, and Goldman Sachs, nobody is going to game the system.
That doesn't sound completely ethical or legal.
It's not illegal in China. It's not illegal in India. It's not illegal in Vietnam. It's not illegal in Indonesia. And it's happening all over China, all over India.
Well, Professor, you make it very clear to your students that you've traveled the world. What's your favorite thing about India and China?
China now is the largest source of greenhouse gases in the world.
Okay.
What's the biggest thing that you think both India and China can improve?
It's not like the Simpsons movie where you have a big hermetically sealed glass over China, over Asia.
That'd be cool. Anything else?
They really don't care about Nancy Pelosi or anybody else. She's irrelevant to their life. And remember, India and China alone represent 40% of the world's population.
You love India and China.
All this guy does is talk about India and China. It's like a broken record. You think he does that?
What do you expect?
Is that his answer for everything? Hold on. Professor Doggett, which 2 teams played in the Super Bowl last year?
Pudong in Shanghai.
Really? That's weird. I remember the game differently. I seem to recall Indianapolis and New Orleans playing, so I guess agree to disagree. Dude, this guy really does say China and India to everything you ask him. Like, throw something ridiculous out there.
Where does Arnold Schwarzenegger live?
In Beijing, the People's Republic of China. Looks like California, it's not.
Interesting. I didn't see that one coming. You want to tell us where you can find the best Tex-Mex?
They're not in Austin. They're not in Mexico. They're in China and India.
Where's the Statue of Liberty located?
China,
What color is my shirt?
India,
So, where are we located right now?
in the great province of British Columbia. Holy cucumber.
I did not see that coming.
British Columbia, which is, for those of you who are educated in Oklahoma, that is part of Canada.
Now, shifting gears for a moment. So what should America do to stay competitive in an increasingly competitive global economic environment?
Unless you want to get rid of all the cows, how do you can't eat, you can't be a meat eater or a vegetarian if there are no cows. So
I think we can all agree that we're very impressed with your answers. But if you don't mind me asking, I'm just a little curious, Professor Doggett, when did you realize that you were in fact a genius?
like in 1979,
This is fun.
So, Professor Doggett, is there anything else that you can tell us that we don't already know about you?
at 1820, the number of humans on the planet was 1 billion people.
Is there anything else?
We're better than the Italians.
Just one last question for me, Professor. Who would you say is your personal hero?
Speaker Pelosi.
Okay.
Over here, Professor Doggett, it seems there might be a little chemistry between you and Speaker Pelosi. Do you care to address that?
And that fire burned for 1.5 years. Holy cucumber.
One last question for me, Professor. Is there any last comment that you would like to leave us before we conclude this meeting today?
And I don't know what I'm doing.
Thank you very much, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. A man is born, he's a man of faith.
Great story. Compelling. Rich. It's good. Let's go with it.
Different strokes to take, different strokes to take, different strokes to move the world. Everybody's got a special kind of story. Everybody finds a way to shine. It don't matter that you got not a lot. So what?
You know I can't be the king of Australia. We've tried that. Twice. No. Not again. I refuse.